Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I don't
Good
see
morning.
any response from the fellow Toastmasters. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Very
Good
nice
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, that's very nice to hear from you. Nice. Uh, let's start. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome to another meeting of Sattvic Toastmasters Club for Healthy Living. I, Toastmaster Sudhir, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. The mission of our club. The mission of a Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. In order to have a smooth meeting, here are some ground rules. Speakers are requested to refrain from making any references to politics, sex, or religion in their speeches. Please put yourself on mute when not speaking. Don't interrupt while someone is speaking. Be attentive throughout the meeting. Now I invite our President, Toastmaster Vrunda, to give her opening address. Let's have a great meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudhir. Good morning, good afternoon, and greetings, everyone. I am thrilled to welcome each of you to our virtual meeting today. Whether you are a returning member or a first-time guest, we are truly delighted to have you here amongst us. Our club, Sattvic Toastmasters, is more than just a meeting of individuals. It is a community dedicated to improving our communication skills as well as a commitment towards healthy living. That's what Sattvic means. In this space, we believe that every member has the potential for communication brilliance, and it is a collective spirit and journey to help each other in this journey of improving our communication skills. Personal belief for me is that this is a supportive ecosystem where I have learned how to help and grow through my seniors out here in the club. And I want to spread the same word about nurturing each other and supporting each other in this club. So as we embark on this journey together, I would invite each of you to participate and integrate into the club if possible. If not, enjoy the experience while you're here. And I extend my warm greetings to all the guests. If you are new here and first time, as I can see that there are some guests here, it would be lovely to know you, each of you. I can see a few guests. I can see Aarti. Aarti, would you like to unmute and introduce yourself? And if you could come on camera, please. Okay, I see Preeti. Any other guest who would like to introduce themselves?
Hello, I'm Preeti.
Yes.
I'm from UK, but I've just traveled to India and just waking up from my severe jet lag and 3 flight changes. So,
Wow.
but I'm eager to learn.
Welcome, Preeti.
Yeah, I'm a doctor by profession, but I'm a gynecologist. And then I trained into functional medicine, and now I have trained into Ayurveda. And I feel I have come home. So that's the real
Wonderful.
medicine. Yeah. It's
Thank you,
interesting.
Preeti. Yeah, thank you. We have a lot of like-minded people like you. We have a few professional doctors also amongst us who believe in holistic medicine as well as their professional expertise. So, as you said, it's true homecoming, and we would like to see you more. Anybody else who would like to unmute and introduce themselves?
Hello, hi, this is Priya here. I'm a visiting Toastmaster from Electronic City Toastmasters. The club is in Bangalore, India.
Great.
I just saw your meeting post about Ayurveda and I was very intrigued. I wanted to, come and learn from all of you. Thank you.
Welcome, Priya. Thank you. I will ask one more guest if they would want to introduce themselves, and then we will do another session towards the end of the meeting too. Anybody else who would like to introduce themselves? I can see another doctor out here, Dr. Parameshwari. Okay, maybe we'll do the rest of the introductions later on. So thank you and welcome to all the guests. And without further ado, let me pass on the baton to the Toastmaster of the day today. Our Toastmaster of the day today is someone whom I have seen growing up right from her icebreaker speech to today. She's a Toastmaster of the day. She is an IT professional, proud mother, very dedicated Toastmaster, and who's also got her family into Toastmasters. So I'm really proud of this woman, a young, dynamic leader, and I can see a lot of potential in here. None other than Toastmaster Navya. Over to you, Navya. The stage is yours.
Thank you, President Toastmaster Vrunda, for that lovely introduction. It is my pleasure and privilege to be the Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. So for the benefit of the guests, let me explain the structure of today's meeting that we are going to follow. The first round will be a keynote speech by our speaker, Mr. Ankur T. Bavankule, who is going to share his views on our theme for the day. Second round would be a prepared speech section where members will be giving their prepared speeches based on the levels and the pathways they have chosen. The third section is the table topics round where members can practice impromptu speaking, and guests are also welcome to participate in this round. The fourth and the final round is the evaluation round where prepared speeches as well as other aspects of the session will be evaluated by general evaluator and his team, the tag team. So as the Toastmaster of the day, it is my responsibility to introduce the role bearers, our tag team, who is going to help me in conducting today's meeting smoothly. To keep track of the time spent by each speaker, let me welcome Toastmaster Sudhir, who is the timer for the day. Toastmaster Sudhir is a joined Toastmasters recently, 2 months back, and he just attempted his icebreaker speech just a week ago. And in real life, as Vinda also mentioned, he is my husband also. So I would like to welcome Toastmaster Sudhir to share his responsibilities for today.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Navya. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. And I'll also alert each of the speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red virtual backgrounds, which denote the specific time remaining. For the table topics, I'll raise green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, 2 minutes, red card. For these prepared speeches, the total length will be in 5 to 7 minutes. Green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, red card at 7 minutes. Evaluations will be between 2 to 3 minutes. Green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, red card at 3 minutes. And for today's keynote speech, time will be ranging between 15 to 20 minutes. So green card at 15 minutes, yellow card at 18 minutes, red card is at 20 minutes. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Navya.
Shahid, it will be 20 to 30 minutes for the
Yeah.
keynote.
Yeah. Okay, Raghu. As a standard, he given. So Sudhir,
Sure.
based on the our
Okay.
guest,
Sure.
we will
Thanks.
take it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. TMOD, you can.
Yeah. To keep track of the good and not so good usages of grammar, so we have grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Shahid. And for today's meeting, he's also acting as the R counter, and he will be tracking the R's and ums and other filler words which are being used by the speakers. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Shahid, who has joined Toastmasters almost 7 to 8 months ago, and I have seen him tremendously evolve as a Toastmaster and as a experienced speaker. Welcome, Toastmaster Shahid, to share your responsibilities for the day.
Yeah. Hello, fellow Toastmasters. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for TMOD for the welcoming me. And today my roles are R counter and grammarian. So first comes to the R counter. So who are all maybe new to this Toastmasters? What is this role by R counter? In our day-to-day life, we will be keep on speaking with with so many filler words, ahs and ums. So if you see your conversation without those ahs and ums, that will be more effective. So here my role is whenever you are speaking, whenever you are doing whatever may be the activity, I will be noting down what are the ahs and ums, what are the filler words you are used, so that it will be useful us to effectively communicate. And coming to the other role, grammarian. So in our communication, we mostly use English language. So if we use the language in a grammatical manner, it will be very structured and very beautiful to understand and to receive as well. So as a grammarian, I will be looking on the good usage of your words and your linguistic skills. So my responsibility to introduce word of the day. So today word of the day is focal point. Focal point means the center of interest or the activity. So I would like everyone to use as much as possible in all your communication the word of the day. So anyone would like to try word of the day? Yeah. Otherwise, I will just use like Toastmaster is the focal point for everyone's success.
I
Yeah.
could try it. Right now,
Yep.
my focal point is packing, so I can leave the hotel early tomorrow.
Yeah, good, Lisa. Yeah, Vrunda, you can also try.
Yeah, mine was similar, Shahid. That was Toastmasters has become the focal point of my life now.
Yeah, good. With this note, I will back to you. I will give control back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Navya.
Thanks, Toastmaster Shahid. Now I would like to introduce the general evaluator of the day, DTM Lakshmi Nair, who will be evaluating the evaluators as well as the other aspects of the session, how the overall meeting goes. General evaluator DTM Lakshmi, you can briefly tell about your responsibilities for the day.
Shahid, am I audible? Hello, everyone. I'm the general evaluator for today's meeting. I'll be evaluating the meeting in its entirety from the beginning to the end of the meeting, and towards the end of the meeting, I'll come with my report and I'm going to evaluate all of you. A good thing about general evaluator is never evaluated. But I hope to bring in a report, a comprehensive report about the speeches, the table topics, and the evaluation team. Looking forward to a great meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Lakshmi. So before we start with the keynote speech, I wanted to share with you all a small story. This story is about a person, Mr. Ram, who is working in the technology sales department and is now looking to move to a house sales. He one day goes for an interview in his with the role which he's looking for. He has not memorized any stereotypical sales script. His only motivation is to learn. And the interviewer takes a chance on him as he has to fill up the open spots. And he actually puts up in the worst department in his company. But Mr. Ram takes up this challenge very passionately and he works day in and day out to grow in his role. He doesn't have any ego and he's not embarrassed of failures. He only wants to learn and improve on his role day by day. And guess what? By the end of the year, he's able to turn around his department, and now this is the second top department in the company. So, fellow Toastmasters, from this journey of Mr. Ram in such a short span of time, how could he achieve so much success? So, anyone would like to share their views on this?
Maybe he is very dedicated. He gives his 100%.
Thanks, Shahid. You are right. So Mr. Ram could achieve so much success because he did two things exceptionally well. Mr. Ram had tremendous hunger for knowledge and he genuinely cared for his customers. So, my dear friends, all of us should have hunger for knowledge, which will determine the success in whichever field we are in. So, how can we cultivate the habit of having hunger of knowledge? I wanted to share some points here. I'll share my screen. So how can we develop hunger for knowledge? So we should try to seek inspiration. We should always surround ourselves with people who are passionate about learning. As the saying goes, your circle determines your future. So we should surround ourselves with positive people who are giving us positive energy and always motivating us to learn and develop. So as a Sattvic Toastmasters Club also, we are a community of people who are looking to improve their communication skills as well as lead a healthy lifestyle. We should seek out inspiring stories, books, and talks. We have inspiring stories all around. So reading the books and even following news of people who have been successful ignites the curiosity in mind and motivates us. And whenever you see something or hear about, you can dig out all the potential details about it. Try to go deep into that. If you're not trying to, if you're not able to understand, maybe reach out to people who are experts in that. Look something online and try to go deep, and this will develop the curiosity and you will develop the hunger to know more and more. So, till now we spoke about the hunger for knowledge. Now let's go to the today's theme. Your hunger is the best indicator. So synonyms of hunger are in English like low appetite, and in Ayurveda it also means manda agni. So if we try to break it down, manda agni, what is agni? Agni in English means fire, but in Ayurveda it has a different meaning. Agni it means the process of digestion or the metabolism, which converts the food we eat into the energy, thus which providing the vital functioning of our day-to-day activities. If the Agni is functioning normal, an individual can lead a healthy and long life. And if the Agni is not functioning abnormally, then the person suffers from various diseases. Thus, Agni is the root cause of the health and longevity. And if we try to understand what is Manda Agni means hypometabolism, meaning the metabolism is too slow and dull. And these are some of the signs and symptoms of Manda Agni: dull appetite, slow metabolism, heaviness in stomach. This heaviness could be after one has eaten food or even without eating food as well. And other some symptoms like frequent cold, congestions, cough, hypothyroid, excess weight, and obesity. Now, with further ado, now we will move on to the our stop screens. Now we move on to our next section, keynote speech. Mr. Ankur T. Bavankule has founded Arogini Food Cures, and which deals with ancient healthcare services, including astrology, Ayurveda, yoga, and natural products. As a part of social work, he also supports the government of Maharashtra in for tuberculosis elimination program. I welcome our keynote speaker for the day, Mr. Ankur Bavankule, to take over. Mr. Ankur, you are not audible.
Okay, now I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Navaji, for giving me the opportunity to talk here. And yeah, since Ayurveda, yoga, astrology is a part of, that's what I've been using. And these are the focal points in my life. That's where I'm using this in order to help others. So with your permission, can I share my screen?
Yes, Mr. Ankur, you can go.
All right. So yes. Shante Agnam Riyate. Well said in Ayurveda. No digestive fire, then we are considered as a death. So this is that serious. It simply means whenever you feel there is no appetite, when you turn old or maybe in disease condition, definitely this is something which you need to worry about. So this is the virtual meeting that's, I guess, the first time I'm collaborating with and just having here. We'll try to keep this interactive with your permission. So my question is this to you. How do you feel hungry? Do you feel sometime hungry, sometime not? Do you feel not hungry at all? Do you feel 2 times every day hungry? Do you feel 1 time only? Or you feel hungry 4 to 5 times in a day? What your options? Is it A, B, C, D, or E? You can type in the chat box. Okay, so Parmeshwariji is going with C. Vrindaji with C. Okay, 2 times E. Okay, you just write C. Okay, C, E, C, A. See, so many different patterns. That means we all are not same. Everyone's hunger is different. Everyone's digestive fire is different. So how can one diet can help everybody? If you can watch over the YouTube, you can watch any magazine, or if you just read any magazines, no. Your hunger tells a lot about yourself. That means your gut is not also same. That's what Ayurveda says. So now, why there are so many different diseases? You see thyroid, cancer, tuberculosis, diabetic condition, cholesterol, skin diseases, obesity, PCOS, asthma, rheumatoid arthritis, menstrual problems, liver problem, depression, heart problem, stomach problem. These are so many different problems, but we still don't know why we are suffering. There are so many treatments, right? Ayurveda, naturopathy, homeopathy, yoga therapy, sound therapy, Unani medicine, hijama, Chinese medicine, Sujok therapy, Reiki. We have all the treatments. But what after the treatment? Have we ever asked ourselves these questions? What to do after that? And why these are so many treatments going on in the market? Now let's talk about the diet. Keto diet, raw diet, vegan diet, DIP diet. But what is the guarantee of not long-term side effect of these diets? This question to you. Now, while you're asking this question, you have to remember that in my life, I've been, practicing this ancient science. I would say yoga, Ayurveda, astrology all together. And as a TB survival in 2019, and also certified Ayurvedic dietitian and the pranayama teacher, I've been helping people to, get this science, learning this science, and work by their own, like helping them by themselves with the help of science itself. And that is a sustainable part, because nobody is same. Everyone's requirement is different. So I've been into the spiritual journey, and later I got to know about one thing very clear for sure. That is, after going through the tuberculosis and the events in 6 months, following all different diets, all different pathies, interviewing all different pathies, how that works. Okay, and also promoting millets in Nagpur while it was a jump in 2000, around 20. Everything after doing that, I got to know about one thing in the market. That is the game of testimony. You lost the weight, you reduce your sugar, you gain the weight, or it could be anything. There is a side effect after it. And nobody was talking about this. Means you solving the one problem and another problem is getting created in the long term. And nobody is addressing this. That means by hook or crook, you just want the solution. And this is not how life works. And that's where everyone is trying to fix the things in a cheaper way or in the very short span. But what we are looking for? We are looking for this path where we get some health challenges. Now, please look this carefully. You get any health challenges, let's say right from the cough to the cancer. You are in the health challenge. You are in this phase. You try to improve yourself, improve your health. Now you come to the point in your life, you find some, you tried all the diets, all the lifestyle and all these medicines, but nothing works. You find something fancy over the YouTube and that thing makes you to follow that path. You continue follow that path. This path could go till 10 years. It's not a short-term journey. And then you rapidly get the side effects of it after the life. And you don't know where to stop and where to start your journey again. This is what is happening with all of us. And this has been happening from very long time. And this is what Ayurveda says. Ati sarvatra varjyet. That means doing excess of anything is bad. Some people are just having raw food. Some people are having only cooked food. Some people only having fruits. Some people only having dairy products. Ati sarvatra varjyat. That is what Ayurveda says. That means there is no raw diet, no DIP diet, no diet at all. It depends upon person to person. So Ayurveda suggests for non-veg. Ayurveda also suggests for the veg. It is both. So living in moderation, that is what Ayurveda says. So once you get better, you have to maintain the health. You need not to go up. Once you go up, again, you'll go back with a different health challenges and you'll be confused what is happening in your life. And now let's understand the effect of this, why we get sick. Now, this is something I've designed a couple of years back in order to make the Ayurveda accessible for everyone. So you see your food as a nutritious, and this is your gut. Maybe there are different three type of gut, and that's where you analyze the food and you have the food with the help of the nutrition. Now, but what we miss is the Agni, that's a digestive fire. Now, if you eat the food, even though it is nutritious, it will not going to get digested in the system and eventually create the blockages in the system in very minute level. Without Agni, that is a factor. And why this Agni get rapidly change? We need to understand this. It change according to the Prakriti. The Prakriti is something your body constitution, mind constitution you get it after your time of intercourse. And when you born, the Prakriti you get that never can be changed. You could be a Vata, Pitta or Kapha Prakriti. That's a body type in Ayurveda. The Vikruti is a disease condition. Now, remember or try to memorize when you were sick, like you were having cough and cold or, an acute condition, your hunger goes down. Yeah, that is called as Vikruti. Means your disease condition. There is a change in seasons. In India, we have 6 different seasons and it has impact on our body. Then there is an age factor. Till 18 years of age or cold related problems. After that, acidity related problem till the age of 55. After 55, all this joint pain, knee replacement, buy one, get one free, everything you see after 55. Because those are the Vata time where your appetite goes down when you turn old, but we still eat as young. The day factor. In the early morning, the hunger is not much, but 10 to 2 is where you feel hungry a lot. but in the evening time, your hunger goes down. And we never consider our Agni, and that's why we all are suffering. We all are suffering with something called as ama. Ama is fermented, undigested food, which need further digestion, okay, and that is cause of your weak Agni. So, in Ayurveda, they have specifically mentioned this, why we get disease in the first place. Because pragna aprad, that is intellectual failure. That's the reason of getting sick. What is that? They have the physical factor and the mental factor. Let's understand the physical factor of creating the ama in the system. Intake of the food that are very heavy to digest, dry food, dislike food, cold that cause burning sensation, contaminated food, incompatible foods, untimely food intake, daytime sleeping, drinking water excessively, awake at night. Ayurveda clearly mentioned the signs and symptoms where you create the ama, and that decreases your Agni. Just look this diagram. This particular image shows your Agni is of, I want to show here the 13 types of Agni. One which lies in your Jaఠara-Agni, in your stomach and your small intestine. Rest Agni, it is there in your Dhatus Agni. Once the formation of plasma happens, then the blood, then muscles, then fat, then bone tissues, then bone marrow, and at the end, reproductive tissues. In between, they have the Agnis called as Dhatva Agni. If there is a deformation of any of this Agni, definitely you're going to get those problems in your life. Low hemoglobin. Why? Because less Agni in your blood. So it's not only about the Jaఠara Agni, it's about the Dhatus Agni, which is from the tissues in your body. And the 5 Agnis, that is lies in your liver. That is Bhutagni. So if this function is proper, then you are healthy. Otherwise, this ama will create a blockages in your channels, and this was the physical factors. Now let's talk about the mental factor. Desire, anger, greed, confusion, jealousy, grief, arrogance, agitation, and fear. These are the mental factors because you create the ama in the system. And that's why it's called as Ashubha Karma. You say, we understand this because of the karma we get sick. We, always heard this. But what is a karma? When there is an intellectual failure, that is called as Ashubha Karma as per Ayurveda. And it imbalances your 3 doshas. In Ayurveda, when the doshas are balanced, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, then you term yourself, you can call yourself as a healthy person. And what's the treatment is given in Ayurveda? That is maintaining this for not to get intellectual failure is to maintain the memory to recall what went wrong in the life. Because of that, you develop this ama in the body. Giving up the cause. Let's say I had the ice cream, and yes, that caused the problem. And now rule over your senses. Okay, to practice to manage your senses. These will not lead to cause ama in the body again, which is causing the trouble. And that's why in Ayurveda, we have the 3 main lines of treatment, and many people don't know this.
Ankurji,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. Can you also mention the Vata, Pitta, Kapha? Keep translating in English too, because we have an international audience amongst our gallery.
Sure.
Yes,
so Vata,
thank you.
Okay. So Vata generally is all about your body movement. The hands I move, this is because of the Vata. The way I breathe, okay, the way I inhale and exhale, all the movements in the body, even including blood circulation, this is because of the Vata. What is Pitta? Is your body temperature, your metabolism that defines by the Pitta. And the Kapha is all the lubrication in your joints, stability of your joints, your bones. This all defines the Kapha. So there are many aspects, but these are the main aspect of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Okay. So if these are the balance, definitely when we turn old, as I've said, the Vata increases. So there is low fluid in the joints, and that causes the pain in the joints. And there the arthritis, you call it, when there is ama in between the joint, that's the ama in between the joint and the pain, that is called as rheumatoid arthritis, because amvat is there. That is called as amvat. And that's where Ayurveda has a way of treatment. First, Yukti Vapacha Chikitsa, where you go to the doctor, they give you medicines, right? They give you food, they give you lifestyle. So this is just a one aspect of Ayurvedic treatment. And it should be there. Your food and lifestyle should be managed first, then medicine comes. Without these, medicines of no use. And that's where the Ayurveda is now, it's not working as it should work. Then the God treatment, that is called Daiva Vapasya Chikitsa, where they have suggested 14 different terminologies where person can help themselves with the help of gemstone, with the help of yajna, like worshipping the fire and the mantras. And that part can take care of by the astrology. That also then ancient science, which also works on the Vata Pitta Kapha. And the emotional aspect, that's counseling. That also taking care by the yoga, pranayama, and meditation, where you can have the control over the senses, which make you brave, but which is not made to solve your disease condition. And if we talk about these three signs, that's what we need. And once we have hands on this science, definitely there is no curing diseases cannot be cured. Any disease can be cured if it is curable as per the astrology. So this science altogether, like astrology, understanding what is the cause of the disease of the person and what could be the future diseases person can go with. Yoga, pranayama, meditation will help you to keep you calm and also will help you to having the control over the senses and not fear. And Ayurveda will help you to set your lifestyle and medicine and the food so that you will get rid of disease as soon as possible. And also will teach you how not to get sick and how not to develop ama in the body. That's it. Thank you. All right. So if you have any question, you can just raise. And otherwise, the way it goes, the meeting, that's where we can, end the session.
Thank you, Mr. Ankur Bavankule, for expressing your views on these topics. How to lead a healthy life and how to actually maintain it over the long run using Ayurveda. Now we can take few questions from the audience.
Sure.
Toastmaster Brinda, you can unmute yourself.
Ankurji, thank you so much. That was very enlightening and a fresh perspective from Ayurveda, which I had never realized. There's so much of wealth of knowledge out there. One question that comes naturally to me is, you talked about the hunger. And so what's the ideal hunger? Because these days we talk about intermittent fasting and there's this trend about not eating enough or not eating as frequently. So what is your take on that? That's one question that I have. The other one is you talked about excess of anything is bad. So, and you talked about even non-vegetarianism in Ayurveda, which was something new to me. So we also have this thing about vegetarianism, veganism, and so on. So again, your perspective on that would be helpful. Thank you.
Okay. So I come to your first question. That's about, let's talk about this hunger. So when I took the poll, you see everybody has a different hunger, right? Everyone not having the same hunger. May I know, like, Priyachi? Okay, so everyone has a different hunger. So how one can define what the frequency of the food? It depends upon your hunger. If let's say if you are feel hungry 4 to 5 times in a day, that's mean you have a pitta body type, which required to nourish a small amount of food in that particular times, like 4 to 5 times in a day. If you're kapha prakriti, you don't feel hungry at all. Definitely, we need to increase the hunger. We need to remove the ama from the system and create the hunger. At least the person should able to eat 2 times a day. In Vata, it goes vary, sometime hungry, sometime not. So when the person feels hungry, you should get proper food to eat. When he feels not hungry at all, you give some light food, let's say a soup. So this is how we balance. And now if you keep the Vata person as a vegan, he will end up dying with tuberculosis or with dying with arthritis. But if you give the if you not make a if you give the dairy products to Kapha Prakriti, where they don't require dairy product at all, this veganism is coming from for them. And Ayurveda also suggests to not give the dairy products to the Kapha Prakriti. So it varies person to person. There is no one ideal diet for everybody. As I've said, there's a factor of disease condition, when your body is healthy, and all factors together. And we are looking for the long-term journey. When I say long term, it's 100 years minimum. Because I don't know what will happen after 55, and you don't know what happened after 10 years from following that particular same diet. And in our country, in India, the Vata is always increase. There's lots of anger, lots of rush, lots of work, and that's where the Vata increases, and we need lubrication to our body, and well lubrication, which also improve our digestion. So that's the answer for your first question. Am I have I answered that? Yeah. Second question is about the non-vegetarianism, the non-veg things. So in Charak Samhita, we have the list of animals, not one, two. There are many lists of animals which suggested as per the requirement of the health condition of the person. Because the purpose of Ayurveda is just not to keeping you healthy, but the making get rid of the disease condition, but also maintaining the health after your sickness. So the fourth aspect that we called your food aspect, your brahmacharya aspect, and your lifestyle aspect, all the aspects are getting covered in this Ayurveda itself. So when there is a need for the person, a disease condition, let's say I'm working with a tuberculosis patients, so they definitely need a chicken soup, and you cannot avoid it. If they don't consume it, their dhatus will not nourish. If they don't consume milk, their dhatus will not nourish. So you have to make the milk digestible. If you don't make it digestible, you will going to feel bloated. It will not going to get digested because you don't know how to prepare the milk in the right way as per Ayurveda. So if you say about curd, many people don't know how to eat curd, and that's where they get the blockages. They get, you need to add amla powder in it. You need to add honey in it. In order to, you need to add moong powder in it, and you also cannot eat on regular basis. So we do not have the knowledge of it, and that's where we are blaming all the foods. But we are not, Ayurveda says everything is medicine. Everything is medicine. And I guess we have Preeti Raj, she is also of our client. And many of these doctors, you see, now we have the community more than 900 people now. And yes, they are learning this and also practicing this on regular basis. And what we do is we keep them in observation. Now we cannot run away from the system. They cannot run away from the system. They see change in them. And then they tell us, okay, what they eat yesterday, and that is causing them a problem today. And that's a problem in India. Since there are 6 different seasons, what you eat today, it will give you problem tomorrow and also 2 months after that. Because let's say whatever heavy items you're going to eat in winter, it will going to give you problem in a spring season. So this is what the science, which is pretty consistent from 5,000 years, because this works on the principle which will never going to be changed. So Ayurveda says everything is medicine, but it depends upon the person, how the person use it. That's it. Yeah.
Thank you, Ankur. We can take 2 more questions. We have one question from our one of the guests, B. Narendran. You can unmute yourself and ask.
Hello, doctor. Good morning.
Yes.
Yeah. Regarding in the few times we go to in parties and all, the night go for some marriage parties, but that time we are not hungry. We can't able to see because this is a forcible. Sometimes it takes for 1 week we have to go for continuously, have to go for some dinner. But we know after 6 o'clock we can't able to eat it as per Ayurveda and all. But it's a forcible. After they start only after 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock only the dinner starts. What to do that time?
Okay. So the concern here is we are not hungry and we need to bring the hunger, and we also why we should not eat after sunset, that most of the people talk about it. But what about the people who works in the night shift? But
Yes,
what about the
exactly.
people who cannot manage to have the food? Now, Ayurveda is not biased. Ayurveda gives a solution. They don't just ask the question. So here is the thing. You just can note it down. 3 pinch of harad, 2 pinch of your ginger powder, and 1 pinch of rock salt. If you have this combination, it will open up your channels. Once it open up your channels, you'll able to eat the food, but make sure that in the morning you will skip your breakfast. You directly jump to your lunch. Sorry, your lunch itself. So this is the way you balance your life in this condition.
Okay, doctor, every time they have to have what is the ratio they have to take it in this salt?
3 pinch of harad, that is haritaki. You get it in the any Ayurvedic store. 2 pinch
Okay.
of ginger powder, which will increase your appetite and improve the agnis of all the dhatus. And also your
Okay.
Jaఠaragni, and also the rock salt will give you the hunger again, and which will specify the hotness of harad and also the ginger powder. So these
Okay.
three
Salt.
combination.
Rock salt, how much, doctor?
Pinch of rock salt.
Okay. Before, before dinner, like that, they can take it.
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine.
That
Thank
will
you.
help them to order to digest the food and will not give any side effect tomorrow. And
Oh,
it will
fine.
not hamper the appetite. So this is given by the Vagbhat Rishi in Ashtang's Hridaya, where this is for the general people. Now you tell me how many general people know this? Who tells about this, right? So that's where we need to understand the depth of science of Ayurveda. Okay. So yeah, this is the answer for you.
Thank you. Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
We have few more questions. Toastmaster Shahid, you can.
Yeah. Hi, Ankur, for enlightening us with your details. And my question is like, initially you asked how many times we hungry, 2 times, 4 times, right? So, what is the exact way we should be hungry, or what is the reason behind that question? I need to understand it.
Right. So as per Ayurveda, there are different prakritis, that is body type. Some are very lean, you see. They eat lot of food, but they don't gain weight. Some people are like, they are very angry. They feel hungry a lot and they tend up putting weight, but they can also easily reduce the weight. And some people you see over the gym, they even they eat small amount of sweet, they gain 1 kg of weight. Okay, so these are the kapha people. So now the vata who is very lean, they have rapid hunger. Like they feel sometime hungry and sometime not. And if you see this history of this vata people, they definitely get RA factor. Okay, rheumatoid arthritis or arthritis challenges, because if their hunger is not well and if they eat more, definitely the ama will create. Ama will create a blockages their joints. So that's about the vata prakriti, the lean people. The pitta is like they gain weight easily, they reduce the weight easily. This for vata, it could be 2 time hunger. Okay, they have to improve it. That's what it is, or that's what Ayurveda is about. Pitta can get hungry 3 or 4 times. So definitely they need the amount of food in that way. Pitta can also feel 2 times hungry. That is good to go. Kapha feel 1 time hungry only. And they are very obese, right? And if they don't feel hungry, and the people don't get hungry, they get cravings. That you need to understand. And when they get cravings, they tend up eating, many items, and they worse their condition again. So they end up causing the cancer and lymphatic system problem. All this problem they get in their life. So the hunger is 2 times is the best, even whatever prakriti if you have. And if you have just 1 time hunger or very rapid hungry you feel, then there is a problematic and we need to fix it. I'm not saying if you are just 1 time hungry, you should in 1 time only. No, there is a problem in your system. We need not to suppress it with the food only. We have to cure it with the help of right treatment. And after that, once you get better, then you have to balance as per the same change in the season. In autumn season, you don't feel hungry. Now, if you eat more, you'll get sick. In winter, you can eat well. But if you don't eat well, then definitely you'll get other challenges. So these are the patterns we have in India. So definitely it might take another one session for me to explain you how season impacts our body. And definitely I have many people, I said thousands of people I have taught this, and many people are also there in this particular group. They can also they can also tell their experience with this science while learning and implementing how they feel about. Okay, so this is a real science and real way, and we are working across the world with the different countries. Definitely, this works everywhere. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Ankur.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Ankur. We can take one last question. Speaker Pramod, Toastmaster Pramod has raised his hand.
Hello, Mr. Ankur.
Hello.
My doubt is whether Atreya says about any intoxicant drink in Ayurveda, because in Rigveda also there are two type of drinks, Sura and Soma, which is there, which is equivalent to alcohol. So what is the take of Ayurveda on this intoxicant drink like alcohol? Whether it is just like non-veg, can be consumed or it cannot be consumed. So what is the take on alcohol in Ayurveda?
Okay. So when we talk about the medicated this alcohol, this is self-fermented alcohol, you can call it. And this is specifically to treat the condition, the disease condition. And even after you get rid of this disease condition, you can consume this. Okay. So that is called as Asav and Arisht in Ayurveda. So Asav Arisht is a preparation which is which anybody can use this as per their prakriti and the health condition in a small amount on the regular basis to improve their liver functionality. Because alcohol damages the liver, right? And you need something which directly work on the liver. So you need the same dose, like in homeopathy, we work on, right? The poison treats the poison. In same law goes here as well. So you have the alcohol preparation, but in a medicated way, will directly impact on the liver and will help to improve the health condition. So this can be anybody can have this as per the season and the body condition. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Ankur, for that wonderful session and answering all our queries patiently. If there are any more queries, we will try to collate it internally and pass it on to you via DTM Ravi.
Sure.
With this, we come to the end of the keynote session. Now we move on to our next session of the day, our prepared speeches section. In the prepared speeches, we have speaker DTM Pramod, who is attempting his level 3 project from motivational strategies pathways. I welcome Toastmaster Vrinda, who is the evaluator, to read out the speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster Navya. So we are in for another treat today. That is a speech by none other than DTM Pramod. Each time his speech is unique and there's something new that I learn from him. So today, Toastmaster Pramod is attempting a level 3 speech in motivational strategies. The purpose of the project is for him to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. Basically, connect with storytelling. I look forward to his speech. And with that, let me pass on the baton to Toastmaster Pramod. Over to you.
Morning and good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Let me quote William Shakespeare. Men are April when they woo. It's not men, it's women too in the corporate world. You know why? April is the time for appraisal reason. It is the season of appraisal. People become so nice from January, February, and March onwards. They do all the work that you say. They are very nice. They are on time. They sit late. They try to impress their bosses. They try to stick on to the timelines. Is it familiar to all of you? Many people are here from corporate world, and I'm sure that you can relate to this. Then there is a confusion. Just like human beings understand things that happens very recently and they forget the past. So what happened in the first 9 months, we tend to forget and we remember only the things that happened in the last 3 months. Then what happens when the promotion list comes? It comes out as a surprise to many people. So many people, they truly deserve a promotion, don't find a place in the list. Whereas some people, they don't deserve a promotion at all. They find a prominent place in the promotion list. Then it becomes a talk. How do they manage to get it? I was wondering how we can solve this problem. Then I found that in one of the books of Raymond Dalio, he is the founder of Bridgewater House investment firm. He had written a book called Principles of Life and Work. Very celebrated book, and it is a must read for all the professionals. He talks about two things. One is radical transparency, and the second one is ideo meritocracy. If you have 10 people in your group, and one person is really, really smart, talkative, and he projects the idea, and he steals the idea of other people and present it to the boss also. Some people are, in most of the cases, the intelligent people or the creative people, they don't talk. They have a fear of expressing their thoughts and all, but they discuss with their group. And what this smart person does is he collects all this information and he presents it. Or when there is a group of 10 people entrusted with the task of developing an idea, the 9 people will develop this idea, and the least contributing guy, who may be good in communication, will go and present this idea and get all the accolades. The management will think that he is the one who is leading the team. So it is a grave injustice. So Dalio says that despite all this limelight, you have to concentrate on numbers. Your work is a combination of some qualitative measures and quantitative measures. Suppose I am in banking. So I am working on some targets. What do? I call my boss every day in the morning and I'll tell him that this is what I am going to do. Actually, which is not required. Which is not required at all. You don't have to call and tell your boss that this is what I am going to do. You have delegation, you can do that. But even then, I know that my boss likes that. So I call him every time. And when he is a little bit upset, I send him text messages. Are you okay? When his wife is celebrating his birthday, we will wish that please convey my regards to the madam. When he is not coming to the office, sir, are you okay? Anything else I can do? So this is one way of managing your bosses. And second thing, even when you are having a meeting with your colleagues or you are organizing something, you take prior permission from your boss, which is absolutely not required. So this is one way of keeping a rapport with your bosses. This is absolutely fine. Some people, what they do is they don't ask for permission. They don't call their bosses every day, but they do their work properly. So Dalio says that over a period of time, you develop a rapport with some people. And you tend to believe that these people are the ones who are smart to run the organization in a better way. And these people are called likable fools. Likable fool means they don't do any work at all, but they are loved by all because they create such an atmosphere. And what is the opposite to this likable fool? It is competent jerk. Competent jerk is somebody who's very competent but arrogant. they don't treat people well. You ask them a question, sometimes they will answer, sometimes they won't answer. They are rude to people when it comes to a situation. They will solve a situation, but they will scold you. If they are working in a group, 9 out of 10 people will not love them, and the rest one is they themselves. That is arrogant, incompetent jerk. Now the question is, who survives in the organization in the long run? Organizations require people who are competent enough to drive innovation, create more profits, and also to make an impact in the balance sheet. After all, organizations, the only motive is to create more profit. That is the prime motive. What do you think? Who will survive in the long run? Unfortunately, it is the lovable or likable fools. They survive in the organization in the long run than the competent jerk. That is the soft side of the story. I was going through, I have got more than 300 people. Every year I am apprising more than 300 people. And this time I've decided that I would not go with the story. I would go with the number, because your professional life is a combination of a story and a number. It is good to appreciate the story all the time, but you have to consider the number also. In such a way, you can ensure radical transparency and you can promote ideal meritocracy in your organization. That's all for today. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Navya.
Thank you, DTM Pramod, for that insightful session. We were able to understand what different kinds of people at workplace and identify who we are and how to improve our chances of survival in the long run. With this, we come to the end of our prepared speeches section. Now we move on to our next session of the day, table topic session. To conduct the table topic session, I would like to invite our table topic master of the day, DTM Raghu.
Good morning, good evening. Welcome meeting once again. Table topic is simple thing. It all prepares you for those moments which decides your life. Sometimes at 1 to 2 minutes decides your life. What you speak makes a difference. Just like in the speech of DTM Pramod, you are likable only when you are lovable full. And for that, you need to communicate well. For that, you need to prepare well. For that, you need to attempt the table topics today. And it prepares you for that impromptu moments. And minimum time that we want you to speak is 1 minute, and a maximum is 2.5. Of course, we don't want you to become politicians where we have to grab the mic from you. Well, the timer will show green at 1 and amber at 1.5 and red at 2. So let us see who is going to start first. So I will invite a Toastmaster before we invite guests to set an example for others. Anybody from Toastmasters want to speak? Okay, E.T. of course. E.T., what is the one word that you want to use across 2024? What is that one word you want to use across 2024? Toastmaster E.T.
Elios, the question, the topic is to you.
Is it one word? Oh, okay. How is that? Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, first of all, I would like to say Happy New Year 2024. And if you are asking me one word, what is it? There are so many one word that can be the focal point. But I would like to see it from this point of view. Have you been wondering that healthy does matter? And our speaker just now, our active speaker, just give a literally good health session. I feel like I was in a doctor room and have a consultation with him or her. And yes, I do concern about my healthy, even though I'm just in the early 30s, but I feel like I'm very old. I walk very slowly. I breathe very not very good. Sometimes it is fast, sometimes it is slow. So I need to find that kind of healthy in mind, healthy in body, and healthy in soul. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the focal point of my 2024. I don't know if I can be like TTM Ragu here. I always see his posting about his healthy journey. It is mesmerizing. Even though I don't say anything to him, I just keep on watching. I keep on tuning to his post because I know the struggles is there. We need just one single decision, but it does matter. And $1 million question is, are you with me in this 2024? Are you ready to be healthy? If you don't, you are with me. I'm not ready for the healthy, but I'm just saying I try my best for the healthy. Back to you, Titi Abraham.
Thank you very much, Elios. Priya, this is for you. What is that one food that without judgment you can eat at any point of time? That is, what is that one food that you would like to eat at any point of time?
A very good morning to fellow Toastmasters and guests from, I'm talking to you from Bangalore, India. It's a very beautiful, chilly morning here. As soon as the table topics master asked this question about the food, the first thing that popped to my mind, and I believe to many of you, would be your favorite food that your mom cooked, right? So for me, my favorite food since my childhood has been dosa. Any time of the day, whether it's morning or for lunch or even for dinner, I would love to eat dosas that are freshly prepared by her. Food is not satisfying only your taste, but food is an emotion. You can connect with the people who made it for you. You feel their warmth and love. But let me tell you one thing. What I feel when I eat dosa at home is very different when you have the same dish at a hotel. You do not feel that warm. Probably the taste is different. The taste is better even sometimes. And you have a lot more varieties when it comes to the accompaniments. But none of that will match to the homemade food prepared by your loved ones for you. It can either be your mom, your spouse, your grandmother, or an aunt whose house you used to visit during your summer holidays. Irrespective of the food that we eat or the food that we love, whenever we eat it, the memories that we recall with them is what gives us immense joy. And as long as that food that we crave for is a healthy one, it's much better, both for your body and for your mind. Thank you for this opportunity, and back to you, Table Topics Master.
Wonderful. Who wants to go next? Okay, Ashish.
Yep, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay. You in a situation, right? Let us say in this room, let me pick up someone else. Okay, Elios, is unmarried and you are married. So you need to convince Elios that good things come to those people who wait. Good things come to those people who wait. And you need to convince Elios.
My dear friends, and especially Toastmaster Elios, your topic was focal point, right? And actually, to focus, you need patience. I know you are unmarried, but if you have patience and you get married, you still need to keep lot of patience and focus on the focal point that to achieve happiness, you need to be patient. I'm not sure how many years it will take you after marriage. That is something which I'm still trying to find out. But yes, you need to have the focal point in your life that only when the two beams meet, that's the point, or where every beam meet, that's the point which we call as focal point. And for that, you need to be patient. You need to be patient with your partner and wait till you meet at that particular focal point. I hope I have convinced you, Ilios, that you go ahead and meet your life partner, because until unless you meet your life partner and try to converge towards a focal point in your life, you won't realize what life exactly is. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you very much. Pratik, do you want to go next?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your wife in the house today?
No.
No, you're outside. Okay.
Yeah.
The topic is your wife is your life. Your wife is your life, Toastmaster Pratik.
Wow. So, very happy New Year. I think I'm joining from last.
You're not audible. Do you want to set your mic?
Yeah, wait. Am I audible now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah. So, very good topic from Raghu. Thanks for that. No doubts, I am in this institution of marriage from last 16 to 17 years. And I will say that, yes, my wife is my life. And because, when I entered in this institution of marriage, I was not complete. I was a very simple person. And I was shy. I was not able to speak properly in front of very different people. But she came from a very different background, and she has changed my life. She has challenged me uh, every time whenever I'm failing from some point. I was not a speaker also, so she has given me opportunities to speak in front of audience. So I will say that still today, there are many things which is there in her, like her go-getter approach, her very good speaking skills, her knowledge about healing and meditation, which I learned over a period of time. And because of that, today I am able to speak in front of audience. I learned different meditational practices, and I know how to heal ourselves and sometimes when required to others. So my wife is my life, and that stands true when you get married, and we should try to learn from each other, and that is the way of life. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster Raghu.
Wonderful, Pratik. I'll send this recording to your wife and ensure that you get a nice breakfast
Yeah,
today.
definitely. Yeah.
You go to next. Who is going to come? Okay. Before that, I want to check with Shahid. How much more time do we have for table topics?
We can take one more, Raghu.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else who want to go next? Guests in the room, please come forward and try. This is your opportunity to speak. Preeti, Sneha, Rajiv, Sharmila, Garima, Vikas, Dr. Parmeshwari, Ravindra. Anyone? Last call. Okay.
Yes, no one I can go ahead, Raghu.
Okay, Ravindra. Wonderful. Okay. The question for you is again a simple thing, okay? Why did the chicken cross the road? Why did the chicken cross the road, Ravindra?
First word I didn't understood, Raghu.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Okay. Good morning, everyone, and good evening. And thank you, Raghu, for that wonderful opportunity to speak. Why did chicken cross the road? I'm not getting what words to use because I'm not exactly sure that I heard that sentence, but I'm not exactly sure that meaning of that words. So can you, is it possible to explain me, Raghu, that what is that exact meaning? Or
Why did the chicken that we eat, right? Why did it cross the road?
okay.
Yeah,
And
Ravindra,
okay,
you can take in a
forget
fun.
about. I'll change the topic. I'll change the topic. Okay. What is your New Year resolution? What is your New Year resolution?
Thank you so much, Raghu, your kindness. And yeah, the New Year resolutions every year will make differently. For each person, it will changes. For me, I kept it usually every time when we keep some resolutions. Every time we feel like we'll start it for such while for some time, like 1 week or 2 weeks. After that, we left it. So this time I thought like, okay, so why can't we not to have any resolution and start over? So I just thought of doing it for every day, at least for 3,000 steps. Last year, I was doing it for a couple of days and months also. And this year, I just changed it for the January month for 4,000 steps. So every day, and I'm about to go now. I've just started from home, but I just saw this invitation and joined this meeting. So maybe after this table topic and evaluation, I will start go for the another 4,000 steps. And one more thing which I have started from couple of months is like waking up early. So that I've started around like 8-9 months back, which waking up early at 5 a.m. I'm doing it from couple of months, and I'm hoping I'll do and the rest of my life. So I'll try to do like not like sometimes I feel like okay it will be difficult to wake up at 5 a.m. when I have something some meetings or something in the night times, but I'm still trying to do it. So that is going to become a every year resolution, at least for weekly 5 days, and staying fit and healthy. So one more thing, it's not part of resolution, but it will be like definitely a lifestyle, because there's one saying, right? So once you start doing it for 21 days, the same thing, then it will become a habit. And if you continuously do for the same thing for 90 days, it will become a lifestyle. So I see some of the things it's already became my lifestyle, and some had to become a habits and then become a lifestyle. Thank you, Raghu. Over to you.
Wonderful. Thank you. I was there, Ravindra, and I started my journey of fitness started with 2,000 steps, slowly increased it to a level where I could even make it 20,000 steps per day. Walking is the best exercise that we can do. I would say you don't have to hit a gym. Walking is the best exercise, and I've been there. I was able to improve my health, and right now I'm also working towards the right direction with the help of Ankur and his team, now with Arukini. So trying to understand more about my health and then my nature. But that's what you need to do. Keep working on your health. And in the aspect of modern living, we have forgot our life. We are making fun of actual ways to live by saying that our forefathers and fathers had a very poor living, making fun of what they taught us. But trust me, when you go and learn these aspects of whether it is Ayurveda or proper living or Sattvic living, you will understand that everything that they taught us was science. And you will slowly recognize that in a period of time. Well, with that note, I wish everyone of you a healthy, happy New Year 2024. With that note, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Raghu, for that wonderful session. Now we move on to our last section of the day, the evaluation round. This is a very important section for any Toastmaster meeting, as constructive feedback is given to each speaker as well as the overall meeting conduct, so that everyone can benefit from the experience of the evaluators and become better speakers. For this, I would like to invite the general evaluator of the day, DTM Lakshmi Nair, to conduct the evaluation session.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Navya. Hello once again, everyone. As mentioned earlier, I'm the general evaluator for today's meeting, and I will be going ahead with the evaluation session for the meeting. To begin with, we will start with the evaluation of the prepared speech. The evaluator for the prepared speech delivered today by DTM Pramod is Toastmaster Vrinda. I would now invite Toastmaster Vrinda to present her evaluation report. Over to you, Toastmaster Vrinda.
Thank you, DTM Lakshmi. And firstly, thank you, DTM Pramod, for such an inspirational storytelling. What I loved about your entire speech was how you decoded performance management for us, especially coming from the top. It was very refreshing to know about how to get those wonderful appraisals, and perhaps you threw some light on upward management as well. So thank you for setting up the context and decoding it a bit for us. I am going to evaluate on your content, your organization, and your delivery. Talking about the content, you gave us a context of Q1, how appraisals have the recency factor, and then you talked about how some people are the likable fools versus some people who are competent jerks. So that was a wonderful, engaging method of taking us through the entire concept of how performance management works. And towards the end, you talked about your strategy for this year, which you talked about is radical transparency. I would love for you to be my boss, please. The next thing is about the organization, how you took us through the journey, and also about your delivery. So as usual, there's nothing that I can talk about your delivery because you're always flawless. Even if you're prepared your speech days before, or you're talking out of the moment, it's always flawless. So that's something that we are looking forward to learn from you. What I would love for you to do is probably add more storytelling, perhaps for people who are trying to go up the ladder. It would be useful to get examples of what they could do better, just so that your speech is more impactful and lands well with people, and motivates them to work harder for achieving their goals. So more about the storytelling, about probably person A and B, and how you help person or chose person A over person B could be helpful. Some strategies about how not to be the likable fools, but do a little bit more so that you're not a competent jerk, but you are still in the positive sphere of your boss's outlook. Those are some of the things that I could think out of the moment. But overall, a wonderful speech, great storytelling, and in summary, I would love to see more of such speeches from you. Always a treat to listen from you. Looking forward to more such speeches and probably some more tips about how to be a boss's favorite and get that desired appraisal. Back to you. Thank you, DTM Lakshmi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vrinda. Now we would move to the evaluations by the tag team for the benefit of guests. And as mentioned earlier, tag involves the timer, R counter, and grammarian. I would start with the timer. Timer Toastmaster Sudhir, can you quickly give your report on if all the speakers and role players had confirmed to the timings that were allotted to them?
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi. Let me go through the timing report. The keynote speech has completed in 16 minutes 50 seconds. With the questions, it's got completed within 31 minutes 28 seconds. When it comes to the prepared speeches, Pramod has completed, DTM Pramod completed his speech in 7 minutes 40 seconds. And when it comes to table topics, ET has taken 2 minutes 20 seconds. Priya has taken 2 minutes 1 second. Ashish has taken 1 minute 40 seconds. Pratik has taken 1 minute 57 seconds. Ravindra has taken 2 minutes 19 seconds. And as an evaluator, Toastmaster Vrinda has taken 3 minutes 16 seconds. These are all the overall the timing report for this meeting. Back to you, Lakshmi. Toastmaster Lakshmi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudhir. Now we go ahead to the R counter and grammarian report. Today, the dual role is played by Toastmaster Shahid. I would invite Toastmaster Shahid to give his R counter report first and then the grammarian report.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator Lakshmi. And yeah, let me share my screen. So as the time is crossing, I'll just quickly go through it. And as I have played 2 roles as mentioned by our GE, but one role was quietly, simply sitting and watching. Why? Because all the people after joining the Toastmasters, they are very keen or vigilant on their ahs and ums. So for that role, I'm having very few observations only. So coming to the other role as a grammarian, so today focal point is our word of the day. So Lisa used 1 time, Vrunda used 1 time, guest Elios used 2 times, and Ashish Sinha, he made our word of the day as his topic for the table topic. So he used 6 times. So as a good usage, there are so many good usages from all the people who have used. I will just give few constructive feedback: by hook, by crook, and impromptu movement, and beautiful chilly morning. So these are few from the good usage, and there are so many to read out, but in due of the time, thank you for giving me these roles, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shahid. Now we move on to the final report, which is the general evaluation of the meeting. As a general evaluator, I have been observing the meeting maybe even before the meeting started, and I found that considering the previous meetings also, I found that this time around we were very, very well comfortable with the timing, because many a times I have found that we mostly miss starting on time. But this time I noticed that all the role players and most of the Toastmasters, we even had good attendance today, and all the role players and most of the Toastmasters joined the meeting on the time, and we started the meeting right on time, which I think is very, very good, considering that we have been trying to keep up the timing for a long time now. Even before the meeting, the agenda was shared well in advance, but there were last minute changes. One of the role player could not attend, and Toastmaster Shahid had to play the dual role. So it was not mentioned. So whenever there is a change in agenda, probably in the beginning of the meeting, we have to inform the audience that there is a change in the agenda. I'll start with the role players, each of the role players, starting from Sergeant at Arms. The role of Sergeant at Arms was played by Toastmaster Sudhir today. He started the meeting right on time and mentioned the mission statement of Toastmasters and also set the ground rules for the smooth conduct of meeting. I guess all those were very well done. Toastmaster Sudhir, I just have one recommendation for you, which is because you are starting the meeting and because you are going to be taking the energy forward, probably a little more of energy would help when you are wishing the guest, because I noticed at first time you wished there were no responses, and then again you picked up the energy, and then people responded with a very energetic good morning. So a little more of energy is all you need, but otherwise the role was very well played. The guest introductions were taken and guests were welcomed very warmly during the presidential speech by Toastmaster Vrinda. The keynote address was very insightful, very informative, and I would thank Ankur ji for gracing this meeting with his presence and providing us with all the valuable information that he had shared with us. Coming to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Navya. I would say Toastmaster Navya, the meeting was hosted in a very organized way. You went as per the agenda and you ensured that the timing is maintained. So great job there. It's not an easy job to be hosting a meeting, and you have been consistently very active and consistent performer as a Toastmaster, I would say, and taking up the TMOD role, you did it excellently. I would say because we have an online meeting, a little more of interaction would also be good, and maybe a little either interaction or maybe a little more of visual usage of the screen might add more interest to the audience. Coming to the timer report, the timer kept the timing diligently, and he also gave a very comprehensive report. So very well done. I have no recommendations there. Coming to the R counter and grammarian report, Toastmaster Shahid took the grammarian R counter role at the very last minute, but he ensured that there is a report, there is an Excel sheet, and there is a report there, which I think was, though the report, as he said, he didn't have much to write there probably, but it was a good thing that he could put it on an Excel and present it. The grammarian report, I think as in the role of a grammarian, he had shared the word of the day. It was stated in the agenda and it was also displayed in the chat. However, I think he missed out on the thumbs up rule. Whenever someone is using the word of the day during the Toastmasters meeting, we usually encourage the speaker by showing a thumbs up. So you missed stating the thumbs up rule. And also, usually for a Toastmaster meeting, there will be a word of the day and also an idiom of the day. So this time around, we didn't have an idiom of the day. Otherwise, I think it was a job very well done. You had called the audience to give examples on the word of the day, which is focal point, and you also demonstrated an example before we went ahead with the meeting. So good job as a grammarian. Coming to table topics master, is someone who is the most experienced person among us, and so that reflected in the session as such. I really enjoyed the table topic session. DTM Rakhu started by explaining the importance of table topics, and then he kept a very good balance by calling in speakers who are Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters and guests. There was a good balance there. The topics were simple and very hilarious, ranging from food to chicks to chicken, and I could even see the chat box going crazy in between. So I think, like me, the audience would also resonate, and most of us enjoyed the session very well. So good choice of the topics. The table topic speakers were also brilliant. All of them attempted the topics very brilliantly, and I could even see table topic speakers using the word of the day, considering that table topic speeches are impromptu. So I think that was very good. It was a very good session. Coming to evaluator, Toastmaster Vrinda. Toastmaster Vrinda is, of course, a star evaluator. So every time Toastmaster Vrinda is evaluating, I love listening to her because there are a lot of takeaways and it's very organized. So Toastmaster Vrinda focused on content and delivery in her speech, and she followed the CRC approach. I think the only point that she missed during her evaluation was that she did not mention if the speaker has met his project purpose. So I think that was the only point that was missed in the evaluation. Otherwise, it was a very comprehensive, very helpful evaluation, I would say. They say evaluation is a breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the speaker, and Toastmaster Vrinda has definitely served a buffet for DTM Pramod. So wonderful evaluation. With that, I come to the end of my general evaluator report. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Navya, you are on mute, Navya.
Not audible.
Now am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, General Evaluator DTM Lakshmi, for that wonderful evaluation. It was my privilege to be the Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. Now I would like to invite our President, Toastmaster Vrinda, for the closing remarks.
Thank you, Toastmaster Navya. That was a wonderful meeting, wonderful organization, and I was really glad that you took up this role. And as usual, you took up the challenge, I should say, not the role, but the challenge, and you were fantastic as usual. So thank you for that. And it's an example of how each of us is evolving one by one. I've seen Toastmaster Shahid today taking up multiple roles, and it's wonderful to see how one thing that we have all observed within or even used this as a practice is we take up whatever challenge comes our way with a smile. And I'm glad to see that so many of us have been taking up these challenges last minute without any hesitation. So thank you for that. It's also, we had a very wonderful session from Ankurji about Ayurveda and so many new concepts that we learned. And I hope that we take the lessons that we learned today beyond this virtual room and share the knowledge and probably connect with Ankur to gain more knowledge and seek insight. We hope to invite Ankur possibly for a follow-up session and a more detailed session so that we could learn and connect with each other again. With that, I would love to use this opportunity to get some feedback. I think we can stop the recording as of now out here. And guest, if there's any feedback, I would love to hear what was your